Hey, YouTube. Hopefully YouTube's live. Hello, 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 hello. Hi, everybody. This is WilliefknP. Pleasure. Thank you for clicking on today's stream and today's VOD if you're watching this after the fact. But thank you for clicking on today's stream. I'm an Udyr One Trick if you've never seen me before. We are also multi-streaming on Twitch, so if you want music, go to Twitch. Hopefully none of that audio with the music is coming through on YouTube. If I've got my audio set up correctly, it's getting spliced. But today's theme is we will be copying the highest win rate builds on Udyr. My rank right now, I've got two off-stream accounts at 500 and 350 LP. I've got two public accounts, one at the bottom of the Barrel Masters, one in D1, and the second one in D2. So I'm give or taking that bracket. I was watching interesting videos about YouTube in the YouTube universe, and it's just kind of essentially talking about this exact website that I unironically use, and it was essentially saying that, honestly, changing what you build can be what pushes you from Masters to Challenger. It's that big of a deal, because it's kind of like pathing, right? You know, when you're pathing, if you spend 10 seconds walking in the wrong direction, you just gave the enemy jungle 20 seconds if they're walking in the correct direction, right? The idea, at least with itemization, is that every single patch, different items will naturally rise to the top. And if you've got the most up-to-date information, you're probably good. As we all know, second item, Frozen Art, is for a long time been showing really, really good. But what's fascinating to me is when we filter by jungle, Frozen Art is out. Frozen Art is a top lane item, and that makes sense because it gives frickin' mana. A lot of guys have been building Frozen Art a lot. As we all know, the Dead Man's Plate is insane. There are two builds that are in particular catching my eye. Number one, your first purchase, your highest accelerant option is actually Serrated Dirt, so shout out Lethality Udyr players. Ghostblade is unfortunately one of the only options you can build that thing into that makes sense as a first item, though. And even Ghostblade just gets outperformed by the other better option, Triforce. Triforce is kind of King Kong of AD Udyr at the moment. For a few patches now, it's been showing as very high win rate, and a lot of AD Udyr players have stuck by it. Even though I haven't been playing much Tiger Udyr, it's A-okay. It is always a tried and true option for Tiger Udyr because of all the stats it gives, and it's just so good. The other option you have, of course, is Liandry's, as we all know. Faded Ashes is redunkadunk good. Builds into Liandry's, and then off to the races you go after Liandry's. Your second item option. And, of course, this Dead Man's, while you can build it on Tiger builds, it's always going to be better on Liandry's builds due to the nature of R-burn, weaving in and out of combat, slow resistance, all that. You can still see Dead Man's is by far and frickin' away, not even close, your best second option right now on Tank Udyr or AP Udyr, whatever you want to call it. There's literally just not enough data on anything else to compare, and anything that is just a stark second place. The other interesting point, and I've been building a lot of Green Smite in this meta as well, is Green Smite is now outperforming Blue Smite, gentlemen. We're in a burst meta. I've been saying it. The game is not fun in a lot of ways because it's like a burst crowd control meta. There are moments where I just really don't have fun playing, and it's like you need to have Green Smite. If you don't have that extra health pool, I feel like you literally get torched alive. So these are kind of what you're looking at. The other interesting note is you really shouldn't be building Spirit Visage unless they are extremely magic damage heavy. Third item, you should actually be going Unending Despair as your magic resist item, if that makes sense. And it makes sense because it just keeps you rolling. It's a hybrid item, so it's really nice as a third option. Whatever. The runes this patch are pretty straightforward. In the jungle, you've got Conqueror, which is pretty nice. If we select Conqueror here, you'll see this is your highest win rate options here. It's just literally Conqueror right down the middle. Most people know that. Really interesting data point this patch, though, is that Unflinching and Conditioning are very, very high win rate. Your minor rune options, if you need the Tenacity, you actually want to be going Tenacity this patch, which is crazy. The early health is also another option, but it's essentially double adaptive force and either early health and or this, according to at least 600 games worth of data. And I've got a second website I use, lolWillieP, that has actually confirmed this as well. If you guys go to lolWillieP, it's a free-to-use website, and pull up Udyr stats, you'll see a similar story. At least in the higher ranks. It is kind of crazy. I want to make sure here, let's go ahead and filter out the pleb ranks. Let's get rid of the sub-diamonders. No disrespect to sub-diamonders, but I think it's interesting data when you look at higher ranks. So the higher ranks kind of tell the same story here, dude. At higher ranks, it's scaling health, and that kind of makes sense. There's so many dang early game fights in low elo that like the flat health makes a lot of sense. But this tenacity, even though they're all negative win rate, as funny as it is still probably one of your highest win rate options outside of this guy. Very, very funny. But that's kind of what we're rocking with today. That is what we will be playing with. Udyr always falls off diamond and above, as I like to tell people, and it's nobody's fault. It's just the nature of the champion. He's slow. He's not necessarily... Like, you definitely have some surprise factor to Udyr, but the higher you climb, the better players get at not necessarily reacting. That's the illusion. They get better at predicting. So people get better at predicting the higher and higher you climb at what you're going to do, and so they just know how to play around it and never be in the wrong spot to begin with, right? And so that's why Udyr naturally gets worse. Hi, Willie. What's up, T-Cakes? Yeah, Frozen Heart. The interesting data point for me, though, is that Frozen Heart was, for a long time, your best second option for tank Udyr, at least for a little bit. And now we're actually looking at a dead man's meta. Now, funny enough, tank Udyr, Armax Udyr, whatever you want to call it, is terrible in the Master Yi. Let me see what the rest of the team picks. I actually love playing Tiger Udyr. We've got a couple issues, though. Tiger Udyr is terrible into Ashe and Rakan. They will slow me for days, so I'm going to have to build, like, Deadman Swifties, which is going to be, like, I'm going to have no damage. I think, actually, with enough crowd control, I'm just going to go tank. Truly. I think this is a good instance of a game where we plan on just going tank. Let me think about this. Do I want max health or slow resistance? Probably the slow resistance. Mejai's would be incredible to get enough damage to just one-shot the Master Yi with Lightning Q. Let's wait a hot minute. I don't want any target bans. Sorry to get us in, dude. There's already been 3 dodges. I started the stream because I thought on the second dodge, the lobby was going to go through. Then somebody dodged. Then we decided to turn on a YouTube multi-stream. And now we got a 3rd dodge. I'm trying to get us in game, I promise. Shojin, Blade of the Ruined King. But sadly, though, and like, it's interesting when you look, going back to that website, kind of piggybacking while we're just kind of sitting in queue here. Might as well give us something to talk about. The way that it's XPetu, P-E-T-U. He's a YouTuber, Shin player on YouTube. I really like his videos. I've been using this website for a while now. I can't remember who originally, it might have been him, I don't know. But it originally got recommended to me. And let's go ahead and unfilter here, right? Right. And I'm going to take out gold. We'll count plat. Plat's not high elo, but we'll get rid of gold. I think gold's too low elo to like sample size here, even though it's got a very large amount of games down there. You can see that, bro, as he described it, the difference between a 1% win rate, so let's say negative 0.6 to 0.69. So that's a 1.09 spread right there, right? The way that he described it, he was like, if you build Stridebreaker first every single game versus Leandre's first every single game, that is literally the difference between a Diamond 2 player and a Grandmasters player in terms of if you play enough games and aggregate that 1% decision and you continue to do similar decisions on your other items, he said that is literally the difference between a Diamond 2 player and a Grandmasters player. Is just because the Grandmasters player is putting their gold in better places. And that, like, you're literally giving yourself a 1% higher chance of winning the game. And it's one of the few things in this great wasteland of solo queue, this wild west of fucking Summoner's Rift, pardon my French, that you can rely on is where you choose to spend your gold. That's it, dude. You don't know whether your teammates are autofilled. You don't know if they're going to rotate. You don't know who's going to get the Dragon Soul, but you can at least rely on where you spend gold in the shop. You can decide that. Deadman's, as we see, is just crazy as a third item option. And Spirit Visage is showing his very, very high win rate. Third option there. Unending Despair is also showing very, very good. This is filtering out the gold games. Spirit Visage really is just going to be one of those. It's good versus mixed damage. And this is an interesting data point too. If you've got high gold, Unending Despair will actually be your best third option. You'll know those games when you're in them. When you've got 25 Magi stacks, 8 kills, and 17 assists, you know? It's so fascinating seeing all this. And Faded Ashes is just still, unfortunately, King Kong, even when in losing game states. First item, Haunting Guys is not good, usually ever. That's so funny. Green Smite, filtering out low gold games and below, is way higher win rate than Blue Smite right now. Conqueror will be probably the preferred rune for any version of Tank Udyr. I don't see Phase Rush being effective if you're building Deadmans. So for me, Phase Rush is going to be for these Triforce guys. I don't think right now you would be playing Phase Rush Tank Udyr with Deadmans. Deadmans, if you don't know, gives you slow resistance. So you don't need slow resistance. In terms of boots, here's your boot data this patch. Armor boots, surprisingly enough, have the third most sample size. So 4,600 compared to 4,800 on Mercs and 9,000 on Swifties. And these are showing as worse options than just fucking armor boots. Normal armor boots. Now, here is the exception. Here's the exception. Tier 3 Swifties are your second best option. But the other fascinating point is the win purchase probability or whatever is pretty low. Meaning armor boots are only good against armor team, which makes freaking sense, dude. And Merc Treads are naturally skewed because Merc Treads just give you all the everything you want. Magic resist and tenacity. I'm curious here on the boots front. Let's lean into lolWillieP here just to see. I didn't know if they had a boot tab. Okay. This is lolWillieP stats right here. And let's look, this is Emerald Plus, so this is more a reflection of higher ranks here. Shout out my Sorkpin boot players. I just don't have enough sample size on these three here to trust that win rate.
Conflict feeds the failure.
Armor boots are consistently outperforming, though, Merc Treads on two separate websites. Both websites are confirming the same thing here. That's crazy. Swifties, and it doesn't surprise me because this website is not showing the tier 3 boots, but Swifties are your win more option. If you have feats of strength, these things will be good in every game state regardless of enemy composition, if that makes sense. If you're against physical damage, though, these are really good. And there's some more data points for us to play with there. There's some more data points for y'all to think about. I'm here. Sorry for being, dude. We're 27 minutes in. You missed Q Simulator and thumbnail creation. Fed Ash too good for clearing jungle 2. So for Udyr, we just go Yomu's and a dead man's like a Chad. You'll fall off like a cliff. The other option you have there is you could actually do do I want to go max health here? I think I'll stick with a slow resistance and tenacity. Well, actually, they did just nerf Deadman's. Deadman's only gives 15% slow resistance. So that 10% minor room, ramping it up to 25% is actually not bad. Alright, first game of the day. We're on an old account. Anybody tuning in? Or YouTube audience, if you guys don't watch the Twitch stream or anything. We've got a lot of Smurfs, right? Willie, why are we playing on a plat account? Because I don't play, like, straight Deadman's meta Udyr often. And when I do, I make YouTube content because I know it's the most popular form of playing Udyr. So it is, for a lot of people, very good content because it's the most relatable content, if that makes sense. Not everybody plays AP Udyr. Not everybody plays Hybrid Udyr. Not everybody plays Tiger Udyr. A lot of people are familiar with Tank Udyr. And especially if you can show in real time, like an Emerald and stuff. This looks to be a true Emerald game, so this is not a Diamond MMR account, which a lot of ours are. We'll start with the point in R. I'm not going to worry about taking the kill. It would have been nice to get a Dark Seal there, but ideally, we want to path bot, right? I'm a big fan this season. If you guys do not know, pathing bot is just really, really good because there's no longer whatever you call it. Our team's not here, so we got to chill. But there is no dragon, right? Or 6-minute Rift Grub. So 5-minute dragon makes a lot of sense to path to because, like, I don't know. If you win a fight topside at 6 minutes, you can't get a Rift Grubs anymore, whereas before you could. Now, if you win a fight bot side at 5 minutes, you get a free dragon. And so it just makes it even more advantageous to be on that side of the map. Bot lane naturally wins the majority of solo queue games in my experience. So, like, I like pathing to bot in solo queue. I think pathing to bot pretty much 80% of the time is a rule that I've heard Perry Jungle say. I've heard Eeg say it. An old jungle friend that I used to play with said path to bot every single game or you're below challenger. And I always thought that was funny. Nah, dude, we're using default Udyr. We're leveling up, okay? We're using default Udyr with default build. Okay? No more fancy hybrid Udyr custom skin. We had to mix it up. I don't know if I've got a skin on this account. If I don't, I will turn back on a custom skin. So we're pathing towards bot now. Smolder's what I like to call a super... I think I just auto-attacked the little wolf. Don't ever auto-attack the little wolf. Whoops, misclicks there. Smolder is what I like to call a low kill pressure scaling champion. Can she get kills? Yes. Is it likely? No. They need to be in like a golden wave state. We need to have Ignite on Bard, and they need to have a pretty low health target for us to ever get a kill. If they're not low on health without knowing where the enemy jungle is, in my opinion, I'm pretty spooked by the idea of forcing a gank down here. So we'll hold on to Smite. We'll step in the bush just to make sure Volley's not here. And we'll bring it out. Now, Volley's coming. We should just turn on this guy. Go straight into Lightning Q before Volibear gets here, because as soon as Volibear gets here, he's no longer isolated. Volibear flashes for a crab. That's fine. Now... Thank you.
You cannot outrun me.
We'll put a ward here, and then we're probably just going to U-turn back up into this. And then let's head over here.
I feel her need to protect the net.
Take a look top. She's super low. We could have run straight top here, but Volibear is going to be pathing top. And in my opinion, with this start, whenever you do a Raptor start, like, you've pretty much got a guaranteed good first setup in. Now, the other data point that I didn't talk about there in that coachless website and the lolWillieP cross-check there, Medjai is still showing if you can get it as your second item, meaning you build it in between Leandri's and your Deadman's, because it counts as a second option for whatever reason, it is still considered the best in slot thing. And I think with that in mind, it just simply, it's, how do I say it? Hello, Nora. I love when Nora comes and hangs out in here. But it makes the item unskippably good on your first back. Because if you're able to open up that win condition, it's insane. It is literally just game-changingly insane. Again, it's for a long time, most people have known this. Medjai shows as like 70% win rate if you can get it upgraded between those two items. And again, most people, sorry, not again, I keep saying that, but I say it a lot, so it's again to me. But a lot of people know you upgrade as soon as you get 10 stacks, because at 10 stacks, you get the movement speed buff, which immediately makes it worth.
An enemy has been slain.
This is kind of a scary dragon call, I'm not going to lie. Two things are true. Cho'Gath is level 6. Volibear is not level 6. He also doesn't have flash, so without flash and without ult, Volibear just doesn't have many answers here. I'm actually going to go catch mid. Oops. I didn't mean to stop walking there. I'm going to catch mid and then just go into my top side instead of wasting time down there. We're going to take the long way around. If this is warded and Volley's here, Volley Cho could kill me. I kind of want to run top here. So, Vayne only has one kit, or tool, rather, in her kit to stop you as Udyr. It's the Condemn. We'll sweep this out. Why not? And then we'll go farm. That alone will create a ton of pressure. Now she can't really walk up, which is great. Cho'Gath's in river, so we don't even worry about checking the crab. I made a peanut butter sandwich this morning, too.
An ally has been slain.
What's that? Wow. That's a big deal. Congratulations. Wait for the Bard portal. Oh! I couldn't get the second Q off. No! I should have input buffered that stun. I could have absolutely gotten that stun off. It's okay. I don't think we've got kill pressure either way now that the second Q's gone.
Silence your mind. Our spark runs wild. You cannot outrun me.
Please!
An enemy has
Okay.
been slain.
Thank you for coming up, Smolder. That's actually really good. If we get these, I'm going to say worth. And we actually got a Dark Seal stack from the grave, which is really nice. So it's not all for nothing, you know?
Instinct led me one way, training another.
I'm going to start at Crab, I think. And Volibear is going to be bot side anyway.
Ram spirit. Spirit. Frozen fury.
Ooh! It's so cringe, dude. He doesn't have ult. He's got flash, though, is the issue.
Phoenix spirit.
I shouldn't have been there, but whatever, bro.
Outrun me. I do not fight alone.
Volibear is spending a lot of time and attention on me this game. It's quite funny.
Killing spree.
Top lane's winning, so we're going to let our team know. Let's go for the invade angle. There's usually always leftover wards after objective fights, so you got to be kind of careful here.
I do not channel the demigods.
Why is Braum here, the heck? Oh no, he's mad, boys. We dodged the Braum Q. Talon is super strong, so we want to take fights around top if we can.
Phoenix spirit. The iron boar holds a grudge against the fallen one.
Rampage.
Nice. Well played, top laner. Let's go back real quick. We're going to get the Leandries, and then let's run it down here. Nice, dude.
Ram spirit.
I'm at work, bored, and Willie is streaming. Thank the Lord. Good luck with games. Thank you.
The spirits of dragons
We're just going to be copying
long after they die.
a little tank Udyr today. We are literally just copying the highest win rate rune page. There's really no gimmicks outside of swapping this to 10% slow resist, but it's the highest win rate rune page.
Unstoppable.
Pretty good damage on that guy.
No one survives life.
I personally think we should start it. I'm a lot stronger than the volley, and they've already used the Varus peel.
Channel the spirits I feel closest to.
An enemy has been slain.
Cool. Really good. Like I said, I'm super strong. Recharge the awakening / heal a little bit. Great job, team.
Hunter's claw. Remember
I think what I'll do here is instead of doing my bot side camps, let's actually start top side and reverse clear back to bot.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I can even try and go for his camps here if I want.
creatures of the failure walk in the
No! Smite just came up. The good news is he doesn't have smite for this one. Can confirm.
Turret plating will fall soon.
We just... A little bear on bear crime here, boys.
You have slain an enemy.
Really nice from the bard here. Would love to pop this turret if we can. Yeah, now that turret plating's gone, we definitely get it here. Great. Great, great, great.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I think what I'm gonna do here is actually start at Raptors and then just go to my bot quadrant, reset, and then run back up for the Rift Herald.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Godlike.
Great job here.
Killing spree. Double kill.
I'm gonna hold on to Awakening and Smite since we're about to go gank. I'm curious. I want to look at the data while we are looking at all that data. I want to see what the data says about when should you buy boots.
Legendary.
Nope. I'm going to let Talon deal with the Vayne. Surely an 8-0 Talon doesn't need me for that, right? Amazing. And we're going to take that to go cash in.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
All right, with feats of strength, the data shows. These are ridiculous. All right, let's get that. And you can upgrade to Swift Marches as soon as you get 500 gold here with Magi's in your inventory. Teamwork has been really good on this team.
Double kill.
My power deepened after a meal from that old woman. Almost feels like a seal sister tale. You cannot outrun me.
It just doesn't make sense, dude. It does so much damage. Like, I looked up and Shogath was burned to death. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed
Brother.
a turret.
I'll get an assist for that with the burn on him.
Has been slain.
More measures. No, but Swifties, again, anybody tuning in, we're looking at the data. Armor boots are your best losing by a long shot if you have to decide between mercs and armor boots right now. And I think it's because there's just so many melees. Dead Man's Plate is unfortunately still your highest win rate second option. It's unattractive. It's not sexy. A lot of people get bored with it, me certainly, but...
Your team has destroyed.
So you can do it like that. I'm actually going to wait for the 20 gold here. I do think this is worth waiting for.
Shut down. Godlike.
The other reason why it kind of makes sense why this is showing us such a crazy high-performing win rate build. All of these build, this is Liandry's plus movement speed, movement speed, movement speed. And this converts movement speed into damage, right? Craziness.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Like, you're a tank with 200 ability power. I was reading an interesting Reddit thread, I think, a couple nights ago. I usually don't read Reddit, but, like, it was one of those things that hit my feed, like, it was linked to me or whatever. And it was talking about the AP item changes that were coming up, and it was interesting seeing what the general community had to say about those changes. And a lot of people were saying, listen, why would these mages build things like Luden's Companion when you can build Liandry's, get 300 health, and survive long enough to actually do damage against the drain tank meta that we're in, right? Like, you really only have one option if you're trying to actually take this game seriously from an AP bruiser standpoint, and it's Liandry's. Nothing else does damage. That's it. Okay, Volibear just broke. That's great. Love that. It's always a good sign if you get the enemy jungle to break.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
We gotta get off this default Udyr.
Destroyed an inhibitor.
This shit, SHIT, is ugly.
An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
I should have flashed out, obviously, but
Your team has destroyed a turret.
he's on that dead man's tech. Dude, this guy went straight movement speed. That's so funny.
Destroyed a turret.
He's on the same technology. Just stack health and movement speed, bro. Alright, good. That's why we get lanes ahead, though. So much easier to win a game if your lanes are ahead. The games you lose usually aren't your fault as Udyr players. Genuinely. Your lanes don't let you scale, or they don't let you carry or something, or you fall behind too far or something. GG. Great. Game numero uno. All right, hello YouTube, hello Twitch. I gotta loosen this ball cap. Loosen the ball cap. Okay, let's update this real quick. Win loss. What was that, a tank angle? Great. Great. We actually have 82, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for all the recent support. I really appreciate it. Let's update that. We are 82 out of 100 towards having viewer rewards back. If you guys remember viewer rewards, I don't know why everybody requests them. I said, okay, let's monetize that incentive. And just like a good corporate daddy, Willie said, how can I squeeze the money out of this capitalist operation? If movement is winning, is Cosmic Drive and Hexplate good? The data says no. The data says Deadman's is just your movement, like it is the movement speed option for Udyr right now. It's just crazy, and you know. The unfortunate part is, I don't know if we have enough data on those specific items. We can try looking at other patches that aren't, like, this patch is too recent, I think. But The issue is there's just not much data here, right? I don't know if we've got enough data to go through this. Nobody plays AP Udyr. Everybody's a loser. So there's Bloodletters and Riftmaker. Bloodletters. These are old patches, so this is still old data. There's your AP data from like forever ago when it was popular. Magi's is just always that gassed item. Like, literally, your movement speed options are Magi's and Deadman's. If you want movement speed, that's what you're building in 2025. And it seems dumb to me that, like, those are the movement speed items. An armor item and a freaking mage item that I used to make fun of people for building back in the day. But here we are, dude. I still run your hybrid build. I like that hybrid build. That hybrid build is actually really, really good. That hybrid build is one of my favorite builds, especially at low elo to like climb with, especially if I'm trying to play like Q-Max. I don't know. It's just a build. I literally look at every build as being really good or bad at certain things, and like it's really good at what it does, and it's good at frontlining with the ability to flex into Awaken R and heal a ton during team fights. It's not as good as one-shotting as Tiger, but you've got more flexibility and you can frontline. It's not AP Udyr because you can frontline. It's not tank Udyr because you can one-shot people with Q. So, like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's good for what it is. It's just a build. It does what it does. And that, to me, is good enough. All right, I want a good long stream of climbing into today. We are obviously just messing around on whatever Emerald Plat account. And it looks like we're in actual Emerald games based off the performance last game. But this is fine because this is how the system works. Like, if you're trying to push in a challenger, the best way to do it is to win a bunch of games rapidly. So that way your MMR skyrockets. And then the system will put you in even higher ranked games to, like, test to see. And if you perform even in those games, then you'll skyrocket. Right now, a couple of our accounts are getting, like, plus 19 to 21, which is fine. But usually when I'm pushing to Challenger, I get, like, plus 24, plus 25 per win by the time I get into Masters. So I would like to see... I would like to see a breath of fresh air into this stream, and sometimes taking one of these old accounts. And like I said, the funny part about this account, dude, is the account name is Rework Udyr because I made this account pre-Rework Udyr, and now it's a legacy name that just makes me smile. Which I think is hilarious. What's the second item for full AP Udyr? You've got, in my AP Udyr guide, you've got 6 options that all work. And I go into a lot of detail in that guide about what to pick when. There is no perfect second option on that build. It all depends on the game you're in, what you need to prioritize, what they have, what you have.
My heart was already broken.
We'll pull up some reviews later. Don't you worry, lads. We're banning Viego. If you're wondering why we banned Viego, Viego is just pretty strong right now. I don't know why. I think Triforce champs are pretty good right now, including Udyr with Triforce.
Conflict feeds the Freljord.
Cut Down is doing crazy well on multiple websites compared to Last Stand. That's the other really interesting thing that I've seen. And it makes sense because Leandre's like a sustained burn item. You want to get people to that freak out, run away range as fast as possible. Because if they're high on health chasing you, you're going to lose. First cup of coffee down. We'll get another cup. Bear with me. We are literally waking up in real time. I got energy, obviously, but keep in mind, last night, if you guys weren't here, we streamed until like 1 a.m., so I need a couple cups. Great game for me to go tank with a Katarina. If you ever have a Katarina mid, level 3 ganking mid lane is a really good option. Let's see who their mid is. Hopefully, I think that's Swain mid. It could be, no, it's Akshan mid, Swain support. Got it. I'll be right back. That's one of my favorite meals. I might start making that for people when they come over. A frou. Hello. She's on one. All right, everybody, welcome to game numero 2. Kindred tends to invade. You can start potion against her if you want. I don't know if we... without Ignite and with Barrier, I don't think I'm actually going to go for a level 3 gank on the Kindred.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Aatrox is pretty easy to gank here too as Udyr. And I think we naturally lose our 3v3 very hard bot side. Lucian, Swain, and Kindred will make quick work of our 3v3 until we get like components, I think. I think at components, like if he gets a lethality option or whatever he builds AP, I don't know. But if he gets a component, I get Faded Ashes and Nami lands a bubble or something, I do think at that point we can probably kill them. But right now, no items is going to be slaughterhouse material. So for all those reasons, I think I'm going to wolf start and path the top here.
A single bolt, but a storm. Spirit.
I really need help here, dude. This is super cringe that, like, I've got a Katarina that will not help. It's totally fine. I can't really do a whole lot. We start potion next time. Kindred did a super bizarre clear path. She did red to blue, which is unusual. Usually you see raptors to blue, which is whatever. I'm extremely disappointed again that we pick a champion like Katarina and we just can't recover an early invade. Like, Katarina lives for those type of fights, but hey, to each their own.
An ally has been slain.
Phoenix Spirit. Your protective nature shines through.
We're going to have to take at least the blue to recover the blue steel, and then we got to get out because, again, it's Kindred. Should I go for the bear stun or what, do you think?
All life is temporary.
If she comes and invades me, that's totally fine,
An
but...
enemy has been slain.
I sense your fear.
We're going to put a ward here. I have to get to level 4 in this matchup. It's really important. The other nice thing is, since I also didn't go magical boots, I can rush armor boots if I want. And that will help so much. Same with Swifties. Kindred's really blowing her tempo right now.
Phoenix Spirit. The beasts that stand within me are not me, but they are mine.
Dude, are you like... you don't have to know. Just listen to your jungle. Like, I literally ran from fucking top lane. Let this sink in, guys. I ran from my Krug pit before my Varus would get off his minion wave. And I still got the free gold. Like, it's free fucking gold. And these laners would rather sit on their minion waves than help their jungler. This is insanity down here, actually, bro. Like, what? It's free gold. She has no flash. She's in my jungle. Like, I'm not, like, it's no, like, flame when I say it's free fucking gold. Just go kill her. What are they gonna do? Alright. Let's get that. Let's start getting a Dark Seal. Since we managed to find a kill. If I didn't manage to find a kill this game, I'd be very, 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 very worried. Since we did get a kill, I think we're actually in an okay spot. Yo, music is a bit loud. You should have been here yesterday. It was a lot louder yesterday.
Fight alone.
What folly it is to snatch our mark.
Gragas has ult. Chance of this working very high, actually.
Shut down.
Right.
I did not think I would like being an old one.
If you would like no music, go to the YouTube stream. There is no music on the YouTube stream. Ideally, you want 1,300 gold before that next back, but in my opinion, if you're going to cross map, dude, 150 health and 20 ability power, don't underestimate that. That's really good early game.
will ring louder than my own.
An enemy has been slain.
Phoenix Spirit. Awaken man!
Their ADC should be on reset. I'm optimistic we can get a run at this. My midden is on no prio, though. She has to catch her wave. But I think this is an optimistic get dragon, and then I can peel back in my jungle while my team goes to reset. I'm full clearing. Just ignore roof grubs, in my opinion. I don't think as a team we should contest these, you know? 20 seconds on bot crab. You've always got to make a tough decision whenever you cross the quadrant, whether to come back and get the crab or whether to keep moving on the sequence. We do love crabs around here. I think since I can go for a gank while she's up here doing this, I think the gank is more important than my top side. The other thing I can do is literally just U-turn like this. Hit him with the classic cross map bump fake, where you show bot and then you just sprint straight topside and hopefully catch her for a fight here. Okay.
An ally has been slain.
This is so fucking annoying, dude. What are you gonna do, though? Very annoying. Gotta keep running. Gotta keep running. Gotta keep running. This, what's her face is sussy bussy. Would have loved to have gotten that. It's A-okay. Aatrox, literally, if you rewatch what just happened, somewhere around here there's a ward. So Kindred moves into this bush. The enemy mid laner immediately moved here. Aatrox literally just sprinted diagonally here too. So I had to leave because my top laner was clearing or something. I don't know. So we are stuck on janitor duty here. Thankfully, we get the red buff, which is huge because that burns her tempo more than anything else. He's going to have prio here in a second because his minions are about to be dead. Great time. She's got prio. Great time for us to do this. She got 1 out of 3. You still have to get 2 out of 3, though. I actually really like the 2 out of 3 change.
An enemy has been slain.
They're going to kill everybody optimistically, fingers crossed. Nice.
Double kill.
Notice how I only... People think I'm toxic, by the way. I never flame inside the game. I have not said anything to this Katarina. I haven't pinged her. I haven't taxed her. None of that behavior, dude. The only thing I've said from somebody that's playing with me is nice. She thinks I'm positive, dude. See, you got to be, like, selectively toxic. It's an art form, dude. You got to be toxic enough to where, like, you can acknowledge the feelings without letting it impact the gameplay, right?
Bare your teeth.
An enemy has been slain.
The storm rages through me. Ice wind. This life is my burden, and my land's blessing. More spirit.
Ooh.
Save your tears. Bare
been slain.
Very balanced champion.
Treasure your final moments.
Killing spree.
We're probably going to lose this in Dragon.
Killing
At least we get that.
My power deepens after a meal from that old woman.
I bet you we win this fight. Let's go for it.
Seal sister tail.
She revenge pinch to the Gromp, which is fine. 3 camps for 1 is a good trade. Great, as long as they're not doing it, that's the important part.
Plating will soon fall.
And now that me and Nami are on this side of the map, hopefully he can't get dove. I actually am going to prioritize the dragon with Aatrox here. Glad I U-turned it.
Ram spirit. The storm rages through me.
Our team is so much stronger, so I think as a unit we should force this. Kindred ult's the one thing that'll disrupt me in the Katarina's burst.
Thought I was close. I still want it.
Big.
Each stance flows into the next like water.
We have to get first tower.
Rampage.
Damn, I wish you would have stayed for that. That would have been huge. Turret plates are going down. Now it means whoever gets the first gank off wins, essentially.
In Ionia taught me control. Ice Wing. Armor.
You overstep.
Or spirit. Great shield sister. Guide my steps through treacherous water.
Unstoppable.
LOL, that dude got dunked.
Our spark runs wild.
We need Nami back bot immediately. Because if this turret goes on this push, we're fucked. Looks like he's holding it. Good job. Dude, he's crushing this bot lane phase here.
Rampage.
Phoenix spirit.
We'll hold mid here while she's bot.
Dominating. An enemy has been slain.
Hopefully that's first tower.
Your team
There it
has
is.
destroyed
Feats
a
of strength
turret.
acquired.
Your
Great.
team has destroyed a turret.
Great, 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 great. Hey, my friend, how is it possible that you're every time live when I'm watching Twitch? Hard work. Elbow grease, sir, is the answer to that. Or I'm just a huge nerd. You get to decide which. Hard work. That's what Nora and I joke about when I'm like, babe, I gotta go work. Play video games all the day.
Creatures of the fairy.
But hey, someone's got to build the dream, dude. It's a dream job. I was watching this thing with, like, what's his face yesterday? It's one of those graduations. I can't remember his name, and it's essentially like you get one life, right? And he uses the analogy. A lot of people have heard some variant of this analogy, but like imagine like on your deathbed, you're looking up at all the ghosts of your unlived potential. One was like the CEO of a company. One was like an astronaut. One was like a thriving member of the community. One was a lawyer. And it says they're all looking at you saying, We came to you because you could have brought us life, and now we all have to go to the grave together because you never acted upon these or whatever, right? And like, that's the whole analogy, right? The point is, you gotta fucking live out your potential. You gotta see the best version of yourself. And for me, I want to be a streamer, dude. Like, I think that'd be a really fun life. I think a lot of people give up on it. I've tried it once and failed, and like, I know it's just a fucking long, gritty road, dude. That's all it is. Day in and day out, you show up. That's all it is. Day in and day out, you show up, and the people decide.
You cannot outrun me.
Wow, they got a lot of AD. Great game for Randuins, actually. And I can kind of ignore the Swain support. He's not like he does magic damage, but not enough for me to build an item for. And we now have the data to show that, like, in game states like this, Unending Despair are pretty good, but I actually think Randuins will be amazing against all the crit as a second armor item. Magic resist items, for whatever reason, even Abyssal Mask, are pretty low win rate right now. So today's theme is, again, we are literally just copying the highest win rate builds on Udyr at the moment. It involves a lot of green smite. It involves unflinching conditioning.
Here helps me find myself. Lee helps me claim myself. Both good lessons. You cannot outrun me.
The other thing, too, about music being loud on the Twitch stream, as we know, I don't like... I talk a lot, but I don't commentate 100% of the time. Let the music fill the awkward silence. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's a blessing in disguise.
Shut down.
That's third dragon, which is insane. Big Bearly! What's up, Deku Dango? How'd AP Udyr go last night, buddy?
We smell blood on the air. A feast awaits.
Your turret has been destroyed.
It's kind of greedy to be farming this, but I think I can get away with it.
The storm blazes through me. Rams.
Unmatched.
For the weak. You cannot outrun me.
Not here. Not yet.
Killing spree. Shut down. You have slain an enemy.
Excellent.
An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret.
I gotta get off this default fucking Udyr. I keep saying it and I keep forgetting to do it, dude. This skin is so ugly. I feel bad for anybody learning Udyr that never gets to see, like, the cool Udyr skins and shit. Because, like, this is just ugly, dude. This does not do the cool champion justice. So much experience. Holy cow, man.
We shall remember
I
this
see
battle.
the world through the eyes of those I channel.
We also, interestingly, have the data, speaking of high win rate, whatever, right? We have the data to support the claim that Tier 3 armor boots suck dick. It's not the gold cost. It's nothing more than the fact that literally it just doesn't whatever, right?
Mother Raptor, forgive my trespass. Armor.
Tier 3 Swifties are insane, though, and that is really, really good. But if you're against a lot of physical damage like this, armor boots are still showing as a higher win rate option, even compared to the Tier 3 Swifties, which is, again, very, very interesting data. This is all about me just copying highest win rate builds, not saying this is what I think, but rather this is what is.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An enemy is unstoppable. Double kill. Ace.
Not bad. You're pretty tanky.
Slain. You have slain an enemy.
Pretty donkey. I couldn't even tell you what just happened to our team there because I was just fucking
Your team has
on
destroyed
anti-Aatrox duty. But as a jungler, if you're taking the enemy top laner out of the game, a carry role, like, you're doing your job, bro. 100%. Top laners
has destroyed
should always be higher level than you. They should be killing your back line, whatever.
an inhibitor. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Needs howl.
I actually don't like the reworked Spirit Guard Udyr. It's funny you mentioned that. I'm not a fan of reworked Spirit Guard Udyr either.
Meditations quiet my mind. Run me. Speed. Joy and strength both
An enemy has been slain.
for spirit. The storm rages through me. Our spark runs
Kindred
wide.
top. Boo.
I sweep. Pain brings focus.
We're good. I'm just literally clearing. You guys can start the dragon. As long as Kindred is actively top lane, I have no, like, we don't need a rush dragon or anything. Just let me farm to it. Get it, the camps on cooldown, do the dragon, go to the Baron, right?
This cavern is not your home, dragon. Why defend it?
GG. Dragon Soul. We were looking at this data. Speaking of frickin' win rates, y'all want to know the biggest way to win on Udyr? Just get dragons. The data still shows, this is not outdated data, this is like live data, dude, that even the worst Dragon Soul, which I think it was either, what was it, Infernal or Kimtech, one or the other, still has a 78% chance of winning the game. Meaning you could be playing, you know how much you hate your teammates a lot of the time where you're like, God, my team sucks. If you just get 4 dragons, even the worst has a 78% chance, and the best, I think, is 85 to 86. It used to be Cloud. I don't know if that data is still accurate, but used to be 85% win rate on the best one. Why not play those odds, boys? Like, it's so OP, and, like, there's so many guides out there saying don't do dragons and all that, but, like, I'm such a, like, I was an economics major, and, like, you got to look at your climb over the course of a million games. Like, yeah, there's going to be those games that stand out where, like, you get a Dragon Soul and your team still loses. But that's only going to happen 1 out of every 5 times. If you get a Dragon Soul, it's just going to be you're not going to remember the games where it's just a brain dead victory. Right? It's just forgettable. You're going to immediately move on and queue up and try and keep going, right?
Rampage.
Hi, Primal. Which website do you use for looking up? So there are two that I use. lolWillieP is supposedly the most. How do you put it? lolWillieP is really good. Coachless.gg is really good. Those are the two that I primarily use. I really like Coachless.gg. You have to pay to get the Udyr stats, though. That's the one thing I don't like about it. But it will literally show you based off, like, and it factors in a couple things. Win rate, purchase order. It'll factor in build order, too. So, like, the order in which you build stuff. It'll factor in runes. Like, to me, that website, and it's under construction, and they're constantly adding new things, is one of the best websites for looking at stats. I think that lolWillieP, like I said, is very, very good for getting a good general sense of, like, overall win rate builds, and specifically with runes, I think lolWillieP is doing a better job than that other Coachless site. It's still, Coachless needs a little help on the rune side, but the build side, I trust Coachless more than lolWillieP. Just because, like, it's really fascinating, because Coachless.gg, if you guys don't know, it was developed literally by professional League of Legends players to do a more in-depth look at win rate and combinations of items in League of Legends. And it is literally like, they say good lawyers start with the answer and then work their way backwards, right? So they know where they want to go, and then they develop the argument to get there. This website is kind of the same thing. It's designed first and foremost to present better data than every other website, accounting for other variables that other websites don't account for, and then they're making the user face around that. Does that make sense? Certain websites build the user face first and then, like, tweak the algorithm as the time goes on. It's the other way around with that website. So I really like it for that reason. You can tell these guys are nerds first, website developers second. And it's a lot of good data they present you, and the way that the UI is getting better day in and day out, so it's not even a bad UI anymore. So, big fan. What's up, Twitch chat or YouTube chat? Just my 2 cents. Absolutely love your build videos, content. Udyr has such an insane amount of itemization options, and always nice to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much, CGA. I really appreciate those kind words. We get negative comments. We get positive comments. Thank you for being on the right side of the fence. Do you typically keep your mobile fire up? I noticed you had one for everybody. Didn't see one for tank AD. So I have not updated my mobile fire in a while. And the reason is, you ready? Part of my homework this week is I actually have to make 5 text guides. But WilliefknP.gg is coming soon near you. Don't go to the website. You technically can, but, like, none of the features work, and some of it works, but whatever. But we are literally going to have a website where you can go to and literally just look up all our guides. So instead of mobile fire, you'll be able to go to WilliefknP.gg and know that all the up-to-date shit will be there. So that is why I haven't, like, the frustrating part about any of these platforms, Twitch, Mobile Fire, even YouTube, they all take a cut of your money, and it's bad from a business standpoint. So, like, got to get it on my own website, you know? Got to cut it out. Default skin is a homeless man throwing hands. Yes, good reminder. I need to change default skin real quick. Kindred is... Last game, Kindred cheesed me, like... Kindred's not necessarily a risky champion. You just have to know how to tempo and play the map. Like, the zigzag movement I was doing, I've learned because I used to play Tiger Udyr, and that's how you used to play against Kindred. You would constantly cross map. She goes in your red side, you go in her red side. She takes a camp, you leave, take her camp, right? Like, it's just, like, literally tit-for-tat gameplay.
Conflict
Same with
is
Kayn.
the failure.
Kayn will force you to learn that play style. Kayn is another one of those giga obnoxious champs. Kayn's really popular right now, too. Don't know what's going on. Kayn is freaking everywhere right now. I guess Senna bad with Drozen? I don't play that line. Okay. I mean... Alright. We're gonna go back to the old Spirit Guard. I don't want to use the new Spirit Guard. Honestly, you look like a fucking, like, anime protagonist character. Like, you look like the Nameless King from Dark Souls 3 after eating 5 Big Macs. That's what the reworked Spirit Guard Udyr looks like. That's how easy it is, dude. People that don't use custom skins, go to default skin, checkbox, play, go. Dude, I've already got the domain. There's going to be 3 domains. WilliefknP.com, WilliefP.gg, LearnUdyr.com. All 3 are going to redirect you to the same website. Don't worry, I already got you. We've already got them purchased and scooped up. Ugh. All right, game number 3. Kazakhs matchup. Tank Udyr. Not every form of Udyr, as you guys know. I do not like playing against Kazakhs, but it's because I don't play Tank Udyr. Tank Udyr shits on Kazakhs. In the nicest way I can say it, Tank Udyr is really good against Kazakhs. For a lot of reasons. Your Leandru's Burn reveals him while he's invisible. You can peel ADCs by just standing on top of them. It cuts off his isolation, and then you just bear stun, lightning Q, or roast him to death with your R. You build armor, which stops his lethality. And most Udyrs, certainly today, while we're copying the highest win rate build Deadmans. Deadmans cuts off major slowing effects like Kazakhs Evolved W. So Tank Udyr is usually the best bet into Kazakhs. I hate to say it, but like... all other versions don't really do well into him.
Minions have spawned.
Peace is not balance here.
Oops, sorry, I was too busy typing. Noob Udyr. I was too busy watching. I was thinking about where I wanted to play. Scion top is super easy to gank as Udyr, so I think I'm actually going to do that. Since I messed up my starting clear here, we're not going to do Raptors to Krugs to red. We're going to do Raptors to red to Krugs, if that makes sense. I can't afford to burn the time. This is already going to be a giga slow clear since I fucked up. I always encourage people, if you're going to flame anybody, flame the jungler, okay? All junglers know it comes with the territory to get flamed. Does that make sense? Like, we just know. Don't flame the supports. They're soft boys that just want to help.
No attack can bend on iron resolve.
Bring this in the bush. Kazakhs clearly knows where we started because of that ward on Blue Bush. I think Silas just put a ward on my Raptors as well. Kazakhs players can invade you. Hold on the Awakening until you see him in the bush or not. Don't be afraid to flash immediately if Kazakhs jump scares you. Kazakhs in isolation battles is devastating. Especially if he sets it up for it. So like a Raptor plus a potion or like a red buff potion start. Kazakhs will absolutely smoke in a 1v1. It's not even close. We're going to go ahead and use the Awaken R early so I can start recharging the Awakening here. Okay. Pretty trash clear, but hey, I was 5-10 seconds later or whatever.
You cannot outrun me. We will both grow from this.
Aha, he smited too. TY, buddy.
Animals act on instinct.
Squash bug. Don't isolate her, though. Bro, we are literally isolating ourselves against the Kazakhs?
You have slain an enemy.
R, W, W. Alright, there's a word here, so we're going to ping that. Put the word here. And since we've already got enough gold, we just reset. I'm sorry that the Senna died, but to be fair, she isolated herself.
My power deepened after a meal from that old woman.
This is super gankable. He is right on that.
Ice wind.
An ally has been slain.
Speed. The storm rages through me. Strength. We smell blood on the air. A feast awaits.
Between quadrants, we'll go here. I'm also going to put my pink cord in the dragon pit so Kha'Zix doesn't do a dumb cheese or something, you know? There's the Kha'Zix here.
I did not truly know Winrate until I left it.
Cool. Go, 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 go. Oh, I wish I had smite up. Scion can actually just execute so fast here. It's so annoying. All we have to do is get one R tick and we've got him, though. Yes, we get him here. Walk with him so he can't execute. Big. Just turn your R on and kite him out. He can't do a whole lot here. Nice. Good start to the Dark Seal stat collection as well.
An enemy has been
Unfair.
slain.
Dude, I wish Kha'Zix isolation just works the same as Udyr's isolation. Bounces to jungle camps. If it was a fair 1v1, that would actually make Tiger Udyr so fun, because then we could start invading again. Like, that would actually make Tiger Udyr fun again in the early game, despite, like, the damage that it doesn't really do until later on, you know? Hold on to Awakening, just bring it towards the top side here. R should burn. Dragon's up, but I do think we should try and kill.
Killing spree.
Let it be known I tried to give that kill. I'm not trying to take every single kill. This back is pretty good, because it'll get you that, and now we're going to come down here. But to be fair, like, Udyr's got his own fair share of brokenness. Like, the fun part about playing Udyr is, like, you're a Swiss Army knife, right? Get his jump is the most important thing here. You don't win that 1v1 until you have Leandre's. Yes, sir. But see how Tank Udyr, like, is so broken against Kha'Zix? Oh, fuck. Hope they don't use like an Ezreal Q or something. Ezreal ult or something.
Channel within me are not
To farm up or to run straight here? I think I'm going to farm up. Nah. It's got to be like the highest value gank on planet Earth. Nah, there's just not enough chances. I don't have item. I've got too much gold in my jungle. There's an objective up top side. I kind of want to camp top until I get Leanders, and then I can start to camp bot lane. Yeah, to me, that's one of the only way I lose, actually.
your protective nature shines through.
Let's go top here and get another Dark Seal stack.
You cannot outrun me.
Kha'Zix is bot. Oh, this is beyond free. Go.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Oh, nice. Kha'Zix just died mid. What the frick is this guy doing? Ooh, I did not mean to use my Awaken R there. Whoops. Daisy. You're supposed to use your isolation Q on this one. Whoops.
Killing spree.
Big. Kha'Zix topside camps are up, but with him teleporting, I don't want to invade that. Let's just go to the Krugs, and then we'll reset and run bot. I need to rewatch your AP guide as Malignant's Core. It is a second item option. It's kind of what I listed it as. Malignance is like... Damn, is he just going to keep feeding? Let's do it, dude. I love feeding Scions. Dark Seal stacks. Ooh! We're going to die to Scion passive 100% here. Don't isolate each other. Shit. I should have kited it better.
Shut down.
Let's get that. Disappointing we couldn't find the kill there. Do I want Swifties against this team or Armor Boots? If I'm going to go Deadman's, Swifties for sure.
Must refocus.
I actually am going to get a Chain Vest, and here's why. Normally, I go for the movement speed component if I'm doing like standard Deadman's Udyr. The Winged Moonplate. Armor shits on lethality. Just completely shits on it. He probably also has sudden impact or like whatever that thing is that gives bonus true damage after he jumps on somebody. So like, he's a burst explode ya champ. This will give you so much extra mitigated damage against physical damage. Not necessarily the Xerath and the Silas, but set Ezreal and Kha'Zix now, especially Kha'Zix with lethality. He's going to have a very hard time dealing with us. It'll also allow me to go Swifties, which will be really nice instead of armor boots. But I'd prefer to get that sooner rather than later.
I do not fight alone.
Rampage.
That guy just got smokehoused by my cannon. Next dragon's Mountain Dragon. If I have a good back, I should technically take it right now after this blue buff. I believe it's 700 gold to upgrade to Swifties, right? Yeah, so we should go back after this. Yep. And then we'll run back with Swifties. Swifties are pretty dang important if you're going to get them, because not only do they help you get around the map, but that slow resistance is everything. Yeah, I need to make a matchup. I need, like, one thing I really need to do is make a Giga matchup guide. Where, like, we go through every champion. We talk about what I like playing and why.
Unstoppable. An ally has been slain.
Damn.
Shut down.
This team deletes dragons. Holy barrage.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed.
The Halo music, I hope we're all vibing. I'm enjoying the Halo music, truly am. Okay. 30 seconds on Rift Grubs, or Rift Herald rather. We've done a really good job securing the dragons this game.
Storm rages through me. I stand my ground.
My next target back would either be 800 gold or 1200, depending on what we're going for. I think with this Renekton, it's kind of scary going for the top side objectives, but
I do not channel the gods or screams. Awaken!
I think we have to burn an Awaken E to catch up. I meant to bear stun. This is devastating here. He took a lot of damage, though, which is kind of nice. But I gotta back up here.
Leads into failure.
Kha'Zix has got to be coming. Oh, Kha'Zix is not here.
You have slain an enemy.
Great.
An enemy has
Dang,
been
Cyan's already got 3,700 health. Did I read that correct? What a champ. I don't think I can do this right now. I'd like to see the data. We should look at the data on Deadman's and see the build order. And Coachless can actually show us that. Not that it really matters. There's only 3 components, you know.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your team has destroyed a turret.
I do not fight alone.
Little boy gets lost.
An enemy has been slain.
That is real, by the way. Flash barrier through everything in his. Alright, we're gonna need help for this, I think, because if Scion comes and contests, we've got issues. If we can get it quickly, uncontested, that would be the dream. Dang, my E was on cooldown there.
Storm rages through me. My power deepened after a meal from that old woman. Almost feels like a seal sister tale. Ram spirit.
Yo, Renekton. Are you blind, brother?
Phoenix spirit. They're your team.
An enemy has been slain.
Ooh. This rune page is kind of nutty, man. The unflinching buff, you can definitely feel it. I'll leave it at that. Kha'Zix is terrible unless people are isolated.
You have slain an enemy.
Huh.
An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Dude, cue the fucking Master Chief music. That's a Master Chief operation if I've ever seen it. Big. Honestly, I know I was kind of like slow fingering it at the end, but that's like the scene from Halo 2 when he's like returning the Covenant their bomb type shit. Yeah, dude. Getting the Rift Herald.
Your team has destroyed.
If you ever see an important fight coming up, pop Rift Herald before you get in combat with summoners, because once you're in combat with summoners, you can't summon it. So pop it and just see. You never know. That knockup is literally one of the most broken crowd control effects in the game. Do not underestimate. It is like better than a Malphite ult because you can steer it and you get to leave after the fact. People have been abusing that for a long time in high elo because, like, an outer turret is only worth 250 gold at the end of the day, right? That's just the truth of it, you know? A team fight's worth like 2,000 gold.
Peace is not balanced here.
Okay, so on this particular Swifties setup, Mejai's is really important alongside Spirit Visage. While it is not a crazy high win rate, third item option, it still shows very high win rate against hybrid damage. Unending Despair is like your best against like 4 AD type thing, you know what I mean? You win a very high percentage of the time. I'm sure when you can build Unending third, because like it means they don't have much magic resist. I think as a starter though, we're going to pick up a Mejai's in this, and then we're going to run back. Look at the... This is why this is the highest win rate build up, bro. 28 ability power.
Your turret has
With
been
all your
destroyed.
movement speed going off. And I only got 1 point E. It makes up for how terrible of an ability your E is, if that makes sense.
Killing spree.
I just don't know what his game plan was, you know?
An enemy has been slain.
Nice little Dark Seal stack.
Rampage.
Challenge, grow. The matter of life.
Your turret has been destroyed.
800 gold bounty. That is crazy.
Scottlers are such gentle souls. You cannot outrun me.
Nice.
Ram spirit. Peace is not balanced here.
That'll be fun, man. By the time we do start hitting these like low master games on the MMR, we'll have gotten a lot of practice in. Unflinching and conditioning feels so fucking good in this meta. I'm glad they buffed it. It's funny how they didn't give us tenacity. They just gave us resistances while crowd controlled. Like, how stupid is that, dude? You know? Like, we'll do this, but we won't do that. This is showing us one of the best placeholder components, too, in terms of win rate. After Deadman's, anything you can buy, Spectre's Cal is truly one of the best options. And it makes sense. It complements Deadman's so fucking well.
An enemy has been slain.
No.
An enemy has been slain. Killing spree.
Raid boss down, boys.
Walk with me. You cannot outrun me. Phoenix spirit.
I just don't mind killing Cyan because, like, Magi stacks, right? So good.
What I nearly did.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Not bad.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I sense your fear.
All right, keep an eye on Jin's fourth shot. That'll be kind of like actually the hardest thing to outsmite. Woo! They're fighting.
Killing spree.
Hit the gas.
Rampage.
What is this guy doing here? This is crazy.
Shut down. Unstoppable. An enemy has been slain.
I don't know if I've got the resistances yet to dive him.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Look at him just throwing his entire cooldown rotation at us.
Killing spree. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Shut down. Double kill.
GG.
Aced. Unstoppable. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed.
One more lightning Q. Just to do it to him, dude. I'm buffing damage charts. You know how it is. Someone's got to get these damage charts lit up.
Double kill. Ace.
Half of my damage this game is literally just going to be on Scion. It's going to be hilarious. This is, again, fake fucking damage. That does not count. I know what I was doing. There's a sleeping kitten on my desk. Very cute. Thank you guys for being here. Recharging the mental. Give me a second. Let me catch up on chat in a second. Gotta check something. I still think one of the best technologies to date is like when they text you a code and then it like pops up in your messages and you click use this. to date, might be one of the best pieces of technology ever made. Changed my mind. All right, YouTube chat, let me catch up. I'm working mentally, all right, because I haven't actually started on it. But my next big video that I'm going to make is a super matchup guide. I'm going to take like a Saturday or a Sunday and make like 30 to 40 Photoshop images where like I just substitute out like the champions and the items that I recommend. And it's going to have like 5 categories: difficulty, recommended playstyle, core items, clear path, touch points. And talking about like important things to know for the matchup. And that's going to be it. And I'm going to do that for like all 30 champions. We're going to smash that into one video. And then I'm going to have to make some super visual at the front end of the video that like is like a Venn diagram of like where to put things. There'll also be a category like the question I also get is like what not to play. So like into Lilia, for instance, I think that tank's good. I think hybrid's amazing. I think full AP's pretty actually bad. And I think Tiger's actually pretty bad because you have to use Awaken E, which kills your Awaken Q. So I think it's like tank or hybrid shits on her. The other 2 forms are kind of bad in my opinion. You can do it. Like you can Stride Breaker Tiger her and it works. But like she's got to be awful. She's literally has to have no respect or have never played against an AD Udyr ever. I'm back. Just came back to use Prime. Have a good stream. Thank you so much. I appreciate the continued support. We are out here grinding. But that's going to be like the next really big thing we do. Miss Hera. My cat's vibing over here. This rune page, anybody tuning in, is shown as your highest win rate rune page, and there's a lot of interesting data points that I wanted to touch on. Number 1, unflinching is freaking crazy, especially compared to overgrowth. The fact from level 1, if you get crowd controlled, you can get 10 armor is insane. It just amplifies the value of your health pool. It amplifies your sustained combat, everything, right? And let me tell you, as Udyr, you're going to be literally slowed, crowd-controlled, you know, items. People are going to use items on you like Stride Breaker. It just means you have permanent resistances. Conditioning gives you bonus resistances past 12 minutes. So this and this just gives you 20 armor and 20 magic resist to just give you outside that burst range. This minor rune, especially at low elo, is showing really well. Or showing really decent. Client break for anyone else? Nah. The scaling health has always been the preferred rune. This is usually the preferred setup. Cut down, by the way, is objectively better this patch. Like, there's overwhelming data to support that on 2 or 3 different websites. Cut down is just hard outperforming Last Stand, even on specific champions like Udyr. It's still outperforming, right? Wow. Another Kindred matchup. Another Kindred matchup. Seen a couple of these recently. Okay, we're getting our first diamond border on this account. Let's go. This account must have like true fresh MMR, which I love. Tiger _ Tugger. Thank you so much for the prime time. Sorry, I was out of my chair, man. Thank you for using that, Jeff Bezos cash, as we like to call it. Enjoy the ad-free viewing. That's the biggest and most important thing. I always tell people, if you get flooded with Twitch ads, it's not me, it's Twitch. I actually have my ad settings pretty low. So you got rid of them either way. And enjoy the Udyr emotes. And thank you for supporting a small streamer near you. We got a dream to build, and people like you help us make that dream a reality. So thank you, buddy. Guys, we're at 84. Check this out, guys. We're getting very close to getting viewer rewards back. As close as we've been in a while. Keep going. Keep going. Once they're unlocked, as long as people don't abuse them, they stay unlocked. And I'll give like a 2-month grace period where I won't ban them again. They got banned mainly because, like, people, oh. Sorry, I can't get over this sleeping cat. Say what you will, man. Life's good. The fact I just get that, I say it all the time, like, I really do feel like people of our generation, like, gratitude and gratefulness or whatever, like, we just literally are out here living a good life. Deku Dangu with the gifted tier 1 sub. That's actually 85. My thing didn't update because now it's showing 85 out of 123 after your gifted sub there. Thank you so much, Deku. You didn't have to do that, buddy. Congrats on Diamond. I didn't read your comment. Can you remind me again? How did your full AP go? I'm sorry that I didn't. Okay, we're going to learn. The last Kindred invaded me. Start potion against Kindred. I missed it. I gotta scroll up. Some of them went well. I ganked mid and bot so many times and they still lose. Ended up leaving a couple of games, but some of them went well. Haha, you got that dog in you. You got that fucking leave a game. AP Udyr's really, like, you can carry with it. That's just the big thing I want to, like, highlight and underscore. It's not necessarily going to be a free meal ticket. But you can carry with it, and that's what matters. You definitely want this ward here. With Shin top lane, I would prefer to path towards... Tristana's a pretty high kill pressure champ. Bot side should be pretty volatile.
Nature shines through you, spirit.
Oops.
There, spirit. Phoenix spirit. Strike. Awaken bear. Creatures of the Freljord walk in the footprints of the demigods. Ice wind. The storm rages through me.
I can't ever figure out where the wall actually is for those wolves. Dude, that wall is not real. Whatever that, like, outline is, maybe it's the way, like, the camera is angled down, like, with League of Legends, but, like, that is a fake news wall, dude. Good job, Shen.
I do not channel the demigods.
I'm going to hold on to Awakening here. Same with Smite. Kindred marks are pretty important because they determine how well she scales. To my knowledge, it's just a 50-50, one side versus the other. So she passed the top here. She has 24 CS, so she still hasn't done it. That's her flash, right?
An ally has been slain.
Wow, she gets an
An enemy
execute.
has been slain.
An emboldened thief.
I will eat it.
Bro, she hates this Shen. That was hilarious. She skipped the mark and suicided and gave flash to trade 1-for-1. Did Shen, like, sleep with your wife? Like, what's going on over there, bro? That was crazy.
Creatures of the frail
That is like personal vengeance type shit.
borrow. Their spirit.
Tax refund money, enjoy. Thank you, man. I didn't get one. I'm contracted right now with health insurance. I actually had to pay a little bit. It wasn't much. I only owed like a couple hundred, but still obnoxious that, like, yeah. That's how it works, though, dude. I get it. You got to pay your taxes. Dude, I'm not going to bitch. Like, it's a fucked up taxes. Dude, I'm just going to talk about the fact that literally billionaires pay less taxes than me. Blech. And I don't make enough money to pay a tax guy yet. So, like, that's the irony of it, dude. I just can't play the system. I don't have enough money to, like, make it worth it while anybody's time yet. Once you get a big enough pot of money, then you can start getting people to, you know, actually care. They are so... red and white, don't fight, bitch!
Slain.
You cannot outrun me. Following instinct alone is no way to live. Ram spirit.
You have slain an enemy.
The rune page is OP. Even Kindred slow procs your armor, as crazy as that is. Always a move in a bush. Ideally, you stand behind Renekton so he can't dash through you.
You have slain an
Oh, don't worry, dude. It's under control. The situation's under control, Chief. We also knew that the Katarina was still mid the entire time, dude. We're vibing.
Phoenix spirit.
Bro, sometimes you just walk in the straight in there, dude. Just hit him with the lightning Q straight to the dome to open the fight. No 4Q combo, just... I thought she was going to, like, play it totally different. That's why I went straight into the Q. Had I known she was actually just going to stand there like that, I would have done the 4Q combo bear stun thing, but... Bro, what was that from her? You know, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Struggle, challenge, growth. The matter of life. Ice wind. You cannot outrun me. The storm rages through me. Stone body, but with a living heart inside.
As long as Katarina's back here, we're fine. Alright.
The beasts I channel within.
A lot of neutrals up. Kind of just seeing what Kindred does and then going based off that.
rages through me. For many years I thought I was cursed. I still wonder.
Not here. Not
Oh, this is the Ooga Booga Central! Ooga Booga! Ult me, bitch. Shin didn't come through because the Cassiopeia fucking whiffed it, dude. That's so triggering, dude. If Shin comes through, they all die. Jump on her. She has no R, you fucking ding-dong.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
All right, we're going here now. We got some ding-dongs.
Slain.
Ding-dong Central.
An ally has been slain.
We'll carry him. No issues.
My time in Ionia taught me control.
I'm going to pull this all the way out in river.
Try meditating.
Canes and Kindred are really popular right now. Don't know why.
Cannot outrun me. Ice wind. Strength. Such a beast. I channel the spirits I feel closest to.
I've got an item, but frankly, I don't want to go back to base in case Kindred's like trying to tempo my jungle right now.
I feel her need to protect the nest. No, that was mine.
There she is. Katarina's top. Bot side fight angle is actually really good. Even though I don't have item, it's still really, really good.
They are anxious. The storm rages through me.
You have slain.
I went for the Awaken E because the bear stun's the most important thing on him there.
Ice wind. We
His flash will be the same as mine.
stone. Each stance flows into the
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
I'm gonna do it like that.
An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill.
walk with me. Phoenix spirit. Air spirit. Speed. The storm rages through me.
I think I should go try and help the Shen. Turret plates go down here in a second.
The seal sister blesses with water and salt.
I don't know if I just got spotted, but Katarina's missing.
You cannot outrun me. Ice wind.
You have slain an enemy.
Great.
The seal sister.
Turret plating will fall soon.
We want to take the entire turret if we can. Get the R. She's still got it.
Save life's closing act.
Killing
Great.
spree.
Chin!
Ally has
I messed that up though. Alright, I gotta get out of here. No, 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 no. Fudge. Alright, she lets me go. Thank the Lord.
rampage.
I still wonder. Ram spirit. Ice wind. You cannot outrun me. The seal sister blesses with water and salt.
Unmatched.
Get him, Shin! Ooh! Fuck that, dude. Fuck! So fun, dude. Fun, fun, fun. Let's go for this. For no particular reason. Everybody in League is just like fucking Usain Bolt in 2025, I guess.
Ram spirit.
Craziness.
Wind. The winter's claw was never my home.
I really want to get this next dragon if we can.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
They each first turret, so that's feats of strength. I know. I hear you.
Rampage. An ally has been slain.
This person is so annoying. Let's do that. Get some armor. They got the dragon. Ideally, you start here and clear up, but I'm fucking struggle busting in tempo right now. I feel like I am trying so hard to hold this map together, but every time I look up, disaster, you know?
You cannot outrun me. Demigods cannot be trusted.
Enemy killing spree.
Ram spirit.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Jab bot lane, or mid lane rather, sorry.
The storm rages to me. Twice I have loved. Twice I have hunt begin. Strike. You cannot outrun me. Speed.
We're just not going for any of this, guys.
No way to live. Ice wind.
How does that not reveal shrooms? That's crazy.
To my kills. My enemies. They revel in theirs. Phoenix spirit.
What am I watching? This is so bad.
An ally has been slain. You have slain an enemy. Double kill.
The circle continues.
I think we should stay and make sure the turret goes down.
I did not.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Right. Really, really good. Holy cow, I can't believe we got away with that. You know, this is one of those game states where I think that, like, all we need is unending despair for magic resist. Like, Spirit Visage would be really good, but I think we should go Spirit later in the game, not right now. And that's what the win rate is kind of showing us, you know? As long as he's not under threat, I'm going to keep farming here. Great, Kindred's mid. If they die, it's like 5,000,000% they fault. They had all the information. Please. We can't ever run at that team because of their team comp. Ooh.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Killing spree.
Phoenix Spirit. This life is my burden, and my land's blessing.
The blind.
An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret. An enemy
I'm going to go and pop the smite one time for the one time. She needs a little lightning cube therapy, I think. This build and rune set is nuts. I know I'm not commentating as much, but I hope you appreciate the focus, alright? Big. Oh shit, I didn't even see this thing. I'm sorry, guys. Troll. Brilliant, honestly. Let's get it. Keep going. Keep it rolling. Alright, so now that we got this is pretty much old, like, news here, the Deadmans, but it's still showing. This patch in particular, Deadman has such a high accelerant that, like, I think it just has to do with the tier 3 Swifties. They're just so dang good.
For many years I thought I was cursed. I still want Phoenix Spirit.
We've also seen a lot of overwhelming... I know I keep saying data, but that's literally what it is. Data to support the conclusion that Spirit Visage really should only be built third against very magic-heavy damage teams. So, like, 3+ AP. Otherwise, just use Conditioning Overgrowth and then Aegis of the Legion to plug your MR hole. Because, like, I've already got, what, 95 magic resist and really high health pool. Most magic damage champions just can't deal with you already. Like, you're already pretty dang effective, you know? For someone that built Storm Surge Shadow Flame, by the way, with like 30 flat pin, this completely cuts off 25 of that 30 pin, and the runes pick up the rest, right? So, yeah, she's not very strong against me at all.
Daughters of the Freljord walk in the footprints of the demigods.
shut down.
Phoenix Spirit. I am of no tribe. Ram Spirit. Ice wind. The storm rages through. Following instinct alone is no way to live. Speed.
An enemy has been slain.
Nice.
Following instinct alone.
Yoink that real quick. We're super close to item 1700.
The storm rages through me.
I should actually just reset right now, right? Yep.
Of those I shun.
Alright, that's really, really good. Item spikes are huge on this playstyle. That's the fun part, at least, about tank Udyr. I don't know about damage Udyr. Like, sometimes when you build damage items, like, you're like, did I really just get stronger, or am I just... You know, with tank, you're definitively getting stronger. It's kind of the same with, like, full AP Udyr. You know that you're just gonna scale. It's really, really fun. Now, this is where you're supposed to build Spirit Visage at this point in the game. According to, like, all the build rate data, Spirit Visage is an excellent 4th item onwards. It is not necessarily a good 2nd or 3rd item. And Mundo, the video that we were watching, Experto is, you know, talking about this in his case, but he looked up Mundo stats, and the Mundo, like, he is literally a champion that benefits 100% from healing. And even Mundo isn't building Spirit Visage until later on because it's just really not a high-performing item right now. I don't know why. It just doesn't, like, give you the stats you need. Doesn't make... My personal issue is it doesn't make you tanky enough. What?
An enemy has been slain.
Ice wind. This thing has no spirit. It is empty.
Well,
An enemy has been slain.
You cannot outrun me.
Shut down.
nice. Good Shin ult.
An enemy has been slain.
That's their win condition, so taking him out of the game is huge.
You to rest with no regret. Fist of Hirana. Ice wind.
That was a tough decision, but I think that's the best way to do it.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I think he just burns, right? Yep.
Unstoppable. An ally has been slain.
If you're new to Udyr, you can solo Baron, by the way.
Weapons are for the
That's old school technology right there.
Dominating.
to take life. I do not do it lightly. Ice wind. Strike. The spirits of dragons burn and roar long after.
Big, 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 big.
Phoenix spirit.
A lot of people out there hate playing against Udyr, and I get it, man. He looks so broken if you've never played him, especially on this version. Because, like, God, you've got 300 AP as a tank. What? That is actually nuts, you know.
That old woman almost feels like a seal sister tale.
We still got Baron for a little bit here.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Whoa, what's going on there, buddy?
Spree. Shut down. Double kill.
Nice. That's probably game, right?
An inhibitor. An enemy
Nah,
has been
Renekton's
slain.
got the reset to stop it. We'll at least be able to get this. Whoa, why is my camera locked? How do I unlock this?
Has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Oof. I hated it.
Godlike. Your team has destroyed a turret. Ace. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Hit the Zonias, boys. Nice, GG. That rune page. I'll leave it at that. Is this boring to you guys, or are you guys enjoying this, like, Emerald Load Diamond gameplay? I'm, like, literally just trying to copy. Again, this comes from, and what I'll do here, just so new viewers that click on the stream know what's going on. Hello. You say, hello, Vietnam. Good morning, Vietnam. How do you make that skin continue working in the new patch? You've got to go the... in my Discord in the text channel, there's a RuneForge custom fix you got to do, and it'll, like, you got to, like, run this, like, patch installer, and then it fixes it. Thank you for the crazy guides and tips. I managed to hit Diamond with a 58% win for the first time just following your guides and tips. Let's go, Kata. Congratulations. Keep going. I always tell people, if you've never heard this, I always want my viewers to pass me, right? Like, if I'm able to get to Grandmasters on my best days, but I'm usually, like, a Masters-ish player, right? I want you guys to be Grandmasters on your normal days, Challenger on your best days, right? Like, I don't want my viewers, like, off stream, no music, not entertaining. You guys should be able to pass me. So, like, I hope that truly you guys just keep going. It's just more of, like, view me as, like, a starting, like, you're bouncing off of me. You know what I mean? Keep going. There's a lot of fun ways to do it. All right, what we need to do here. What was I going to do there? Number one, let me update this. So come here. Let's go to... Is that a 3-0 or a 2-0 start? 4-0 start. Wow, dude. Oh, yeah, we were going to go screenshot the build. Okay, so this is the highest win rate build right now. Let's go to where we got it from. And then filters. I took out current patch. I took out gold players. So platinum and above is the only sample size we're looking at. Diamond and above, there's really just not enough sample size. I mean, there is. And then let's select the jungle role. All right, here you go, people. And we can expand on this data if you guys want. But this is the snapshot tool that this program offers. And this add a screenshot will give you all the information. People asking why green smite, because if you take a look at the win percent here, this thing, this 0.93, what this is telling you is this is accelerating you in even or ahead game states. And even in losing game states, it's not putting you behind, right? So in other words, this item is contributing to you winning the game. Blue Smite right now is dead even. And Red Smite, as we've known a long time, is fucking garbage. Don't do it. It's so bad. Could you post in Discord? Sure. We can do that. The other thing that we're doing, so I think Phase Rush is primarily played on Tiger Udyr players and Spear of Shojin Udyr players. So keep that in mind. I don't think it makes sense to go Phase Rush and Deadman's, because right now your 1 and 2 combo that is dominating, even still, and again, I can expand this data against like every other tank option. We can look at Frozen Heart. We can look at Spirit Visage. Against every other tank option you have, Deadman's is for sure going to be for the tank Udyrs, right? What rune do tank Udyrs take? And the answer is, of course, they love the Conqueror. Phase Rush is more for my Tiger Udyr players, right? So keep this in mind when you're looking at this rune data. That's why we're playing Conqueror with the Phase Rush and the Deadman's. But Deadman's is showing as a crazy high accelerant. You'll see outside of a Serrated Dirk, which only builds into an item that Ghost Blade, which is not a high-performing item if you don't know. At least on this site. We can pull that up if you want. Faded Ashes is still your highest accelerant first back. Even over the Triforce components, over Tiamat, over Haunting Guys. It's still Faded Ashes and then Dark Seal. And then if you manage to get a Medjai's, that's still showing if you look at the aggregated, like the more, if we expand the data, Medjai's is still nuts. So it's Faded Ashes, Dark Seal, into Medjai's, into Deadman's, into actually Unending Despair. Spirit Visage is showing high on this screen, but if we look at more data here, let me show this screen to you. Build Udyr Jungle. Maybe it is actually this patch. See the tank items. You can see these are showing as your highest. So like the reason why I think Deadman's is your best second option is because it accelerates you, but it allows you to build these items. So there's a blueprint, if you don't know, in the Mage formula, the mid lane formula when you're building magic damage items, where you build a damage item first, so a core item first. Whatever your champ's playing, every champ has a core item, right? A core item. Then you build like usually a utility item second. So for most mid lane mages, this will be Cosmic Drive. This will be like Storm Surge for movement speed. This will be Zonia's against assassins. But you plug in a utility item second. And then third item, you usually go Pin, or you go some super item like Shadow Flame or Deathcap. But you usually go at kind of the natural build order is like big hump because you're building your core item. Then you kind of get like a defensive item to help you like stabilize and get more utility. And then you go for another big power spike, right? And so tank, it makes sense why Deadman's is performing as your super, super consistent second option. It's because it helps accelerate you into whatever your super tank item is. Some games that super tank item is going to be Frozen Heart. If they've got 3 lethal tempo champions, and I see these Tim comps all the time where they've got like a Yone Top, a Kaisa ADC, and then like, I don't know, like a Volibear jungle. Yeah, Frozen Heart is going to be a freaking ridiculous third option, but it's not necessarily as good as a second option, if that makes sense. Same with Spirit Visage. If you're against a shit ton of magic damage, but they have like a Talon and a Draven, you need to get a Deadman's before going Spirit Visage. If they've got, Randuins or like a bunch of like crit champs like Yone, Yasuo, Kindred, Graves, stuff like this, it makes sense to go Randuin's third because they don't have enough crit at 2 items to justify building Randuin's at 2 items yet. Does that make sense? But at 3 items, Randuin's is eyeballs emoji because they've got 2 crit items finished. And if your name is Yasuo or Yone, you've got like, bonus crit or whatever. So like, you know what I mean? So it's really interesting data to me. On the AP items, Riftmaker is actually considered a very high accelerant. So in winning game states against low CC, notice this, against low crowd control, Riftmaker is actually quite good, right? And we've known this for a while. I've always said this with Tiger Udyr, but like, damage requires them not having crowd control if you're building it on Udyr. If you guys are trying to get to Challenger, you really should only be building Riftmaker and like the winning game state's third item and onwards after Deadman's. Because you can see Deadman's is just as much of it's even more of an accelerant. So let this sink in here. This is good data, right? And you've got plenty of sample size to make this conclusion. Even in winning game states, this Deadman's second is a better item to build in almost every game state because it accelerates you more. You can build damage third against low crowd control to try and carry, but you oftentimes want to start thinking about flexing into like that Spirit Visage we talked about. Tier 3 boots, Swifties are insane. So the boots thing right now is essentially completely determinant on whether or not you get feats of strength. If you get feats of strength, Swifties are going to be insane. And the reason why I think Swifties are better than armor boots is because Swifties open up carry potential, which is better for solo queue in my opinion. Even though these normal tier 2 boots are showing as a higher accelerant, it's because when you build armor boots, that's when they're the most impactful, which is like 1 and 2 items, right? By the time you get Swifties, you'll notice armor boots fall off like a fucking cliff. But these keep accelerating you by the time you get your second item completed. Food for thought. Swifties are incredibly good if you get feats and they have even a decent amount of slows. They don't even need to have a lot. Just like if 2 people on their team have slows, take the excuse, bite the bullet, and get Swifties, right? So that's the boots argument at the moment. I think it's pretty interesting data, but essentially, right now, all you need to really know, though, is we're still building Leanders. Deadman's will be your highest accelerant second option. Boots will depend on whether or not you get feats of strength. And then third option, you're building a super take item, okay? Unending Despair, fantastic against hybrid damage. And if they've got a lot of crowd control, in my opinion, Unending Despair is a super item. Spirit Visage is great if you've got a support and they've got magic, or like a shield support, and they also happen to have a lot of magic damage or mixed damage. I think Frozen Heart's good against auto attackers. Stacking Deadman's and Frozen Heart makes you pretty much unkillable to physical damage champions. It's hilarious. The same is also true of Randuin's with Deadman's against crit champs. And it's kind of boring that, like, tank is such a high win rate, but, like, the data don't lie. If you're not building these items, you are literally, like, limiting yourself to being a low Masters player, which is what we are right now, bro. Like, every other item, even Stride Break. It's crazy that I've been playing with, like, negative accelerant items, and, like, we're still the rank we are, right? Imagine when we start actually, like, fucking gas pedaling it. Where's Discord? If you're not in the WilliefknP Discord, get in here. I'm going to drop it in the general chat here.
Was already broken.
Swap my. But this is essentially the blueprint we will be following today. In Unending Despair, notice that Unending is not good as a second option, but it's amazing as a third option. Because it doesn't accelerate you. That's why. Spirit Visage, this, like, what is this? 0.8 to 3.8 to 0.38 is like, what, 40? Did I do that right? 50? Yeah, 50. This is still a 0.5% difference right here, right? which is a big deal. So if they've got magic damage, this is still showing, actually, that Spirit Visage is pretty damn good. And there's enough sample size on both here, 1,700 and 1,300, to make that conclusion.
Conflict feeds the Freljord.
But this is specifically reporting that against low crowd control, see how this says good versus low CC? This is not like a tooltip. This is data-driven tags, right? So if it's telling you it's good versus low CC, the less crowd control they have, the better for Spirit Visage, which is really interesting data. Unending Despair is actually showing with the tag good with high gold, meaning if you are hard winning, Unending Despair will be better than Spirit Visage, which is, again, super fascinating data. If we're trying to clean up our guide and get the challenger, like, that's the tweaks you got to think about, dude. I don't think about this shit right now. Just saw the pick show. It's not that Shogun's not good. It's just that it's not good as a second option. So people doing Triforce Shogun, this is literally the data showing you that Triforce Shogun is a bad 1-2 combo. And you don't, you don't have to get mad, but like that's the data there, dude. Over 1,600 games of Shogun second, it decelerates you. That's not my opinion. It's just, again, you can come to your own conclusions based off that data. I think I'm going to go for the slow resistance and tenacity here. Very high chance I'm going armor boots. As long as Kaisa's going AD, we'll go armor boots. We got a pretty good team comp here.
Taste our enemy's hunger for victory.
If you think you're going to get invaded, start potion. I think if Nocturne invades me, A, he loses the game. But B, I can survive pretty easily with my Arcite. So they've got 2 lethal tempo champions. Frozen Heart is quite good here. This will probably be a dead man's Frozen Heart game into Spirit Visage. Knowing what we know, looking at the data.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
And keep in mind, that data that, and looking at those 2 tabs, Randuin's and Frozen Heart are just as good as Spirit Visage. They just aren't showing as high enough popularity, meaning they're only good in the games where you're supposed to build them 3rd item onwards. Most Udyrs don't build it 2nd item, right? And I think, again, it has to do with the way that Dead Man's plays,
Phoenix spirit. Hunger, gnawing, wild, wolven. Lightning is not a single bolt, but a storm. Strength. Ice wind.
Sometimes you'll see Nocturne players invade you like that. You never know.
Your protective nature shines through you, spirit. The storm rages through me. Great shield system, guide my steps through treacherous water.
Nice hook.
Ice wind. There, spirit. Animals act on instinct, not choice. Strength.
First blood.
I'm just going to go for a lightning Q here to get some attack speed.
Creatures of the Freljord walk in the footprints of the demigod.
Once the Nautilus, so if you look at the mini-map here, see where my Nautilus is? Once he gets back on the map, we can go for the gank. I don't want to gank without him. No flash on the Sona, that's huge information. I'm going to top off here with the W, and then let's go. Just wait for me, just wait for me. Oh my god, dude. Pretty annoying. I'm not going to beat him up more than that.
Training another.
It's annoying that Nocturne gets the fear off. I'm not too worried about it. That's just a devastating scenario. I had to go in at that moment. Otherwise, we can't kill her. Misfortune had 100 HP, and Nautilus is forcing it like a moron. So, I am not mad at him. It's just like, bro, don't ever play like that. Like, what do you literally just wait for the jump? Like, if you want to be the setup, that's awesome. The best way to gank is let the jungler eat the cooldowns, and then the support rolls through with all the cooldown or the crowd control. Then it's GG, you know. We're gonna focus on recovering as much as we can. The good news is Sona still doesn't have flash, and we still have a Nautilus. Pantheon doesn't have flash either. We could go kill him. But frankly, I'd like to wait until Garen has ult. Little auto attack cancel there.
You cannot outrun me. Phoenix spirit. I feel her need to protect the nest.
I don't know if we can stop this dragon.
The storm rages through.
We can try, actually.
Stone body, but with a living heart inside.
What does it Nocturne have? He has a tunnel and a longsword. He's going experimental hexplate, which is pretty good. Get your butts to the pit.
Are you not fighting?
We fighting, boys.
Phoenix spirit. Save your spear.
An enemy.
Sucks we didn't get the dragon.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Ah!
Leads in the Freljord are
Sucks we couldn't get the dragon, but bro. What a fight, huh? What a time to be alive, Twitch chat. If Tang is my go-to, when would I go Tiger? Tiger's good for obviously, if your team needs physical damage, so that's a great instance where you should probably flex into it if your team is full AP.
An ally has been slain.
Nice.
An enemy has been slain.
The second option is if the enemy team has a lot of hyper carries like Master Yi, Gwen, Katarina. Tiger Udyr is an anti-carry, so like you can take those champions just straight out of commission. If you think you're primarily just going to be peeling frontline bruisers, like if they've got a team comp of like 1 frontline champion and 4 backline mages or whatever, or backline carries, yeah, I think you've got a pretty good chance there.
Following instinct alone is no way to live.
Of pulling out Tiger Udyr, because all you're going to have to do is just stand on the 1 front line and just delete him over and over. I don't know where Nocturne went, so I'm kind of spooked right now. We don't have mid-prio either. He went bot? The fuck?
Ally has been slain.
Following instinct alone is no way to
Get back in the bush, you nub. Me. Talking about me, by the way. Has to be now.
An ally has been slain. You have slain an enemy.
Don't worry, my Garen friend. You have a good jungler who will make this gank extra worth by getting some turret plates. Now, Pantheon can always ult back to lane, so you usually want to leave right when he's respawning. Nocturne's yoinking me jungle here, but comes with the territory of being a Chad jungler that helps your top laner. We also got Rift Grubs, which is why we were late in the first place, but what we got top was much more worth, obviously.
This life is my burden and my land's blessing.
Nice. Getting very close to item.
Killing spree.
We know Nocturne's top side is up, so I'm probably going to clear up to Pantheon, try and kill him here. I kind of want to reset and get my item, too. That's also another really good option. Garen's ult is up in like 2 seconds here. 20 seconds, that is. I think by the time this fight's over, he'll have it up, so let's go for it. Dude, you gotta chill, my brother.
Has been slain. You have slain
I'm gonna flash because I don't know where the enemy jungle is. Get out of here.
I am sorry.
Wow, we survived. Pog. I'm gonna go armor boots and Deadman's. So I'm gonna go double cloth armor here. It's gonna really help cut off some of the nonsense.
Years of training and the needs of others still ring louder than my own.
Because keep in mind, I got conditioning and overgrowth too, right?
You cannot outrun me.
Swap the runes. Wow, dude, this Nocturne goes top with Dragon up.
An ally
Bot
has been
with
slain.
Rift Grubs up. That's awesome we found that. I'll leave it at that.
Double kill.
This cavern is not your home, dragon. Why defend it?
get this out of here. Looks like we got a little... Okay. I think I'm going to clear up towards starving. And did camping top is actually going really well. Top.
An ally has been slain. Shut down.
The storm rages.
We just got spotted by Nocturne is the weird part here, right?
Rampage.
Icewind. I will put your gift to good use, Protector.
As long as they don't get the turret, that's the important part. That's all I care about.
The storm rages through me.
Mid's gonna be our only chance to get first turret and feats of strength this game. Hit it. Hit the fucking tower. I guess she's afraid of Nocturnal. I don't know, dude. Both side lane towers are about to go down. I can either play defense or offense here.
Turret plating will fall soon.
Walk in the footprints of the devil.
Let's go for defense by choosing to gank bot. Nice.
An enemy
Correct
has
play.
been slain.
I didn't think they would actually catch her. Wow. Close.
The storm rages through me.
Your team
Yes,
has
okay, we got
destroyed
first
the turret.
tower.
The winter's claw remembers the beast I once was.
Shut down.
Close, but no cigar.
I see
Your turret has been destroyed.
We're gonna go ahead and upgrade to Mejai's. Now let's go here. If he's gonna gank or overstay with Mejai's, you really want to get that thing stacked, you know. We need to get the next neutral, which is Rift Herald, to get feats of strength.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Mother Raptor, forgive my trespass. You cannot outrun me. The winter's claw remembers the beast I once was.
I'm at. Let's go for it now. Garen's got some dead time. He just crashed his wave. Pantheon ult and Nocturne ult are a thing this game, so we gotta be super careful. Nocturne just can... Pantheon can click wherever. Nocturne can click wherever. Big.
The storm rages through me. Rivet.
Yeah, it's a World of Warcraft mashup music. It's so fun, isn't it? They're frothing at the mouth for that engage.
Phoenix spirit. Peace is not.
I'm gonna pick up Winged Moonplate. Let's ramp up the health pool a little bit. Get out of burst range. 200 health makes a heck of a difference. Especially when you've got resistances, you know?
Storm rages.
It's here.
Spirits. Why was our
An ally has been slain.
Two for one.
Icewind? winter's claw remembers the beast I once was.
The three of us are quite strong. Good ult by Misfortune here. I have to get the fuck out of Dodge, dude.
Enemy double kill.
We could have used Rift Herald there too. That's the other option I had.
The beasts I channel within me are not me, but they are mine. The storm rages through me.
We're FFing and I literally haven't even built my boots yet. What the fuck is wrong with this people? You guys are actually giving up on this against Nocturne? Pantheon? Those champs scale like Dookie. And the crazy part is, like, our jungler has more KP than theirs, right? So, like, why are we all bitching? Pretty dead even game.
Silence your mind. My power deepened after
We'll do it like that.
almost feels like a seal sister tail.
The tier 3 boots, by the way, suck. Armor boots, just leave them at this.
The storm rages through me. Phoenix did it.
An ally has been slain.
Top's doomed. I can't make it there in time. Instead, we try and fight this guy. I gotta come all the way around.
An ally has been slain. Killing spree.
Wants and needs are not the same. Wants echo. Needs howl. Speed. Storm rages through me.
Go, my boy!
Phoenix did it.
Shut down.
Big.
I'm in Ionia.
Your turret has been destroyed.
1800. We're pretty dang close here. What in the frickety frack is going on over here?
Mastery is a volcano.
I'm gonna let it walk.
An enemy has been slain.
I sleep.
Enemy killing spree.
Goes bot with it. Okay, interesting.
Power deepened after a meal from that old woman. Almost feels like a seal sister tail.
Hit him with a little love Q therapy. That was plenty of damage. That like already won the fight, low key. Shield that. Maybe I just let the ding dong die. That's totally fine. Let's get that.
Rampage.
I didn't know where to run because we knew Nocturne was south side somewhere, so like we have to go north. I don't know, dude. Garen stays top, which is cool, I guess. Funny how bad macro and micro
Your
go
turret has been destroyed.
hand in hand. Alright, we lost our Magi stacks, which is the biggest shame, but we're starting to get tanky.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain.
Even in death, silence is brief.
You know, with no serpents, Fang on their team and no anti-heals, Spirit Visage would go pretty hard.
Light on my feet.
I did not truly know the Freljord until I left it.
This would be one of the best ways to catch our team up.
Speed! Ice Wind!
We know they're on reset. This is very much a cheese angle. Hit the damn Misfortune. Literally right-click it. We can kill it before they get back. Good thing we didn't right-click it, huh?
Enemy double kill.
Dizzy.
A summoner has disconnected.
Misfortune is typing after standing there, not right-clicking. She literally just zigzagged instead of hitting for 300 damage. Dude, nobody gets an honor on that team, bro. That's the first loss I've had on this rune page. I can't honor anybody if you're getting out-damaged by a fucking tank, dude. Embarrassing. Garen, better luck in whatever your future endeavors are, because this wasn't it, bud. Yeah, it's a move on quick angle. You can't win them all. I wish you could, dude. Once upon a time, you could like 95% win rate to Challenger, dude. I swear the best you can do is 4 out of 5 these days. I can't seem to get like 6 wins in a row. Nobody lets it happen. And it's not like I feel like I'm challenged and I lose because of that. It's never that, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're 5-1 on the day. See, we won 5 in a row. 6 in a row is impossible. Fully convinced, dude. It just don't happen. Medjai is a cheap item for tier 3 boots. Yeah. So if you ever get Medjai's, you can go tier 3 Swifties immediately. And it is insane. I used that exploit this game. It's not an exploit. It's just a mechanic. And, like, I consider it an exploit. But whatever. Hello, YouTube. Hello. What do you build versus York? Jungle, usually full AP Udyr with Phase Rush. All right, guys. I got to run to the store. So what I am going to do is it won't take long. It'll be like 10 minutes. I'm going to turn on a quick video. And then we will be back in a bit. YouTube audience, you guys are going to have to most likely head over to our Twitch. Because you won't be able to hear this. But I will be back. Like I said, just give me 5, 10. It's a good time for me to stand up anyway, get some blood flowing to the head. I have found that I perform best in batches of 5 to 6 games. So, like, I just need to take a break after 6 games, stand up, go use the bathroom, go touch grass, go outside, you know. So I'm going to take that break now, and I'll be back in a second.
try to look for that angle. We can place it further, okay? We can place it further. Push him out. He can last hit that. Shen's zoning capability is so strong when you have their mass right because of the movement speed. You can just create these angles. Like look, he can't come up. I'm denying him minions over and over again. Deny minions, that's the most important thing. Last hit that. Drop the minion aggro. I'm just gonna ward that like far away so that if Jace was in the river, he doesn't spot the Jace because we want to actually spot the enemy jungler. Again,
What did we learn about Shen, boys? The store run, overwhelming success. Overwhelming success. I like this guy's videos too. They're pretty good. Welcome to season whatever we're in.
My heart was already broken.
Hey, GG YouTube chat. I know you guys can't hear any of the game. I will be back.